Welcome, collective, to Timeless Energy. As I've noticed that the microphone crackles a little bit, so bear with me. I'm Barbara. This is a general timeless reading. This is entertainment purpose only. If it does not resonate, please do not try to make it fit. Watch out for scammers in the comment section below. This is my disclaimer. It is not me. I thank you for liking, subscribing, for your comments, and your donations. Now, today, we're going to draw one of the runes oracles. I know it's hard to see. Okay, we're going to get one of these here today. Then we're going to pull 3 cards. I'll read what the rune card has to say and set it aside. Then we'll pull 3 cards. Now, I normally wave these cards around way too much. So I started laying the cards down and pointing with my finger. Not so much fun for you, but okay, Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. We need a rune oracle for our timeless read. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. We need a rune oracle for our timeless read. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. We need a rune oracle for our timeless read. And there's our oracle. Saulo. Excuse the mispronunciation if I'm doing this wrong. This is the sun or success. The interpretation is, it is the help of travelers and sailors, symbols of life force and feminine nature. So that is our oracle energy for today. Alright. Let's move on. Okay. 3 cards for our timeless energy today. 3 cards for our timeless energy today. 3 cards for our timeless energy today. 3 cards. Oh. Okay. If you can see that, I'm sorry. It's the 4 of Pentacles and it's in reverse. And we're going to set that right there. Let's shift the camera a little bit. No, shift the card. Was 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We're going to have all 3 of the cards in this way. We'll be able to see them all. Anyways. Okay. Our second card for our timeless energy today. Our second card for our timeless... Oops. And we got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Why in the world I think that we're being a little not at the right angle. There we are. 7 of Pentacles. There we go. Okay, one more card for our timeless energy. While I rearrange the furniture in front of the camera. One more card for the timeless energy. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. One more card for our timeless energy. Spirit guide me. One more card for our timeless energy. Spirit guide me. Ooh. Okay. And again in reverse. The Ace of Wands in reverse. And we're just going to set that boy right there. Okay. Set this out of the way. Okay, so I have the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles, and all of them today are in the reverse. The throat chakra, the crown chakra, no, the solar chakra, and the crown chakra, in that order. I am trying to use the chakras, and I do actually follow the specific definitions that they have, because I don't use clarifying cards in my read, and the chakras energy can assist in a certain way. I find it helpful. So, our Four of Pentacles is our first energy. In reverse, this is setbacks in material holdings or obstacles. Okay, setbacks. Well, that's not a very good positive way to start our energy forecast for today. Shedding the old, letting go of people, possessions, or issues, and generously sharing. Now there's a little bit of positivity there. I like that a lot. It was the letting go of people, and I didn't mean to bring my personal experience into my read, but my mother passed in the hospital yesterday. If you've noticed a disruption in my readings not being very regular, this might explain things to you. My apologies to the collective. The collective that have subscribed and supported me, especially since I am just beginning. I do ask for your forgiveness for this lapse. But we have had a loss, and this Four of Pentacles energy does cover letting go. Now, with the throat chakra, well, that's pretty obvious. We would think that it's very obvious. It's not. It's not as obvious as you would think. I automatically used to assume that the throat chakra had to do everything with, up here speaking. And I've seen videos where readers have said, oh, I can't talk the throat chakra, somebody doesn't want me to share, whatever. I've watched some of the most talented readers in the last 4 years. I am totally overwhelmed with the talent that is out there. But I fall back on the old-fashioned idea that because I don't have it all down yet, I probably stick close to the realistic definitions that are set in front of me. With the throat chakra energy, you know who you are. You say and think what makes you feel authentic. So see, it's not just about being able to communicate with, by the way, Mercury is in retrograde, I believe, for like the entire month of May. So it's not just being able to communicate, or in reverse, not be able to communicate. You know who you are. You're not afraid to show it. In reverse, maybe you're having some doubts. Who are you? You might not want to show that insecurity, but this is an insecurity type of feeling, the energy of being insecure about who you are. You say, do, and think what makes you feel authentic in reverse. Now, I don't have the ability to one-on-one personally reflect what you are saying, doing, or thinking about as far as being authentic. If that is in reverse, that might not be a bad thing, but it has to be something that you take on a personal level. The bottom line is, it's in reverse. Now we have the Sun energy with the Four of Pentacles. And that has to do with your potential. So if you're feeling very insecure, and this Sun energy is in reverse, maybe you're feeling insecure about your creative energy or your ability, your potential, where you're going, whether you're going to make it, your identity. You're very, very insecure. This energy is a Capricorn earth sign, which is supposed to be grounded. It's supposed to be grounded, and the Capricorn is like a goat that climbs up that hill and like die for the cause, will not stop, constantly climbing up that hill. But this energy is in reverse. So your long-term goals that you were so confident about, maybe that's shaking like a tree on a windy day. These energies are not long-term lasting. These energies in these reads are not like for the rest of your life, long-term generational. Fair warning when you watch a tarot. If you resonate with this read, it might last for 3 days. It might last for 5. It is not telling you what's going to happen for the remainder of the next month. I wouldn't even try to pretend to be a psychic in any way or shape. This is energy. So your confidence has been shaken. This energy is your ambition. Okay, yes, you've been ambitious. You have a goal. You have a potential. You are right on with everything. And suddenly, the wind starts blowing and your tree is shaking and the leaves are falling off. And you're insecure and you're feeling it. You're feeling that energy. Letting go of people, in my case, maybe the fear that you don't know what's going to happen in the future. A temporary setback. Possessions and issues. Well, you know what, to tell you the truth, I actually have had a pretty healthy attitude about possessions. I really have a personal preference to get rid of as much of the stuff that I don't personally need as I can, because, that stuff can be very limiting. But not everybody feels that way. Some people have to have the house in the best address. Some people have to have the most expensive car. Some people actually find validation in what they own. And in reverse, this energy is letting go of. and maybe being more generous than they normally would be. With the Capricorn energy of being in reverse, like I said, the Capricorn energy is like die for the cause, climbing up that hill, the little goat that never gives up. But you have had an energy of self, maybe you've been naive. I mean, you might still have the goals, but you've been shaken. You might still have the ambition, but you're not feeling very safe or secure about whether that's okay. It might have to do with the viewpoint of people outside of yourself. Are you doing the right thing? Are you okay? How does the perception of the outsiders, like, this is the energy we're dealing with. Now, not to go on and on and on again, but the Seven of Pentacles, our next card, is also in reverse. We're talking about a little bit of uneasiness here. We're talking about loss of money. Investments that have been unwise. So again, we're talking about losses. Now, I don't know what the personal details are. I am only doing the energy. The energy of your Seven of Pentacles is Saturn. Saturn is limitations, but in reverse, it is a situation where there weren't any limitations. Saturn is the ruler of fate. Now, this in reverse, I'm not quite sure how I could put my finger on that, because I had a fated situation yesterday that I had no control of. And I know that in some cases, fate is something we don't have control of. The Saturn energy is to be self-reliant, but this energy here tells me in reverse. So again, not finishing what you start, your financial management has maybe taken a hit, you're insecure about your identity. It looks to me like the energy here is flat out insecurity. In some cases that can be in your mind, because this is a Taurus bowl. Again, like the Capricorn, an earth grounded energy. Taurus runs from the 20th of April to May 20th. And the day that I'm doing this reading, it's in Taurus season. As a matter of fact, I just realized that I missed telling my niece that, on her birthday, happy birthday, because this is in Taurus season. I didn't even realize how late in the month of April it was. Well, fair reminder. We're in Taurus season. This is a Taurus energy card, and it's in reverse. Bad business, bad financial management, not finishing what you start. You have limitations because the Saturn is in reverse. The Taurus is in reverse. Normally, the Taurus is determined, steadfast. In reverse, this is just energy. Maybe you're not so determined, or maybe where the Taurus upright is reluctant to deviate from the course of action, you have done a reversal on this, and you have no problem deviating from a course of action. This energy is in reverse. So you're inclined to deviate from the course of action that you were taking. You're not being stubborn. You're not being self-indulgent. I hate to say it that those are Taurus energies, but stubborn as a goat, the Capricorn energy. Stubborn as a Taurus. Okay. In reverse. Bad business, bad financial management, not finishing what you started. Uneasiness, loss of money again, unwise investments again. This is the reverse of the Seven of Pentacles. And no wonder you're being uneasy here, because you've already had a double dose of this, the Four of Pentacles. Setbacks in your material holdings. You've already had a double dose of this. Letting go. Shedding the old, letting go. Now the Sun, like I went over before, where you had potential and you had goals, this energy has made you very insecure and you're doubting yourself. That is the best way I can put it. I'm not even going to try to go back over that because of what happened in my own life yesterday. I'm not even going to go back over that. You're doubting yourself. You had goals. That doesn't have to change. You had goals. You're doubting yourself. You had two very strong energies, which both spoke of loss. Depending on how you look at it, this could be any kind of loss. Please take what resonates. Please do not make the rest your own. Now here we have the Ace of Wands. And here I am flashing these cards when I know they're metallic and you can't even see them that well. But there is the Ace of Rods. And it's also in reverse. The outlook is cloudy. Your goal is unrealized. There might be a little bit of vexation or anger, or maybe in worst case scenario, cancellation of plans. That's not the end of the world. We all reach a point in our life sometimes where we need to temporarily cancel plans. That does not have to be a forever type of energy. Like I said, the energy is not long-lasting. The missed opportunities, well-wasted talent. Oh, come on. If you have talent, it's not wasted. You just have to set things on the back burner for a little minute. It's not the end of the world. Or maybe you are wasting your talents because of the energy from these first two cards. I don't particularly see anything that indicates that this energy is coming from an outside point of view. But the Ace of Wands is a crown chakra. Let's look that up. already know what you're going to say in the comments about me cheating like that, but you know what? I don't get the crown chakra very much. I don't point it out very much, but in this particular case, I need a little bit of clarification. And the crown chakra says you can receive guidance. But in reverse, does that energy mean that you're not on the receiving end of guidance? Maybe the energy of what you're feeling is that you could need guidance, but you're not on the receiving end of the guidance that you need from the person that you need it from. Now, I know most of us don't want to admit that we need that kind of guidance. And the worst thing about it is, people will get angry, they'll give advice, and then you don't follow it. What's the sense of fucking giving? Oh, excuse my language. What's the sense of giving guidance if you're not going to follow it? The thing about receiving guidance is that the person has to think about whether that guidance fits for them. Everybody has a certain comfort level. Everybody has a certain picture in their head about what they want and what will make them happy. You can be on the receiving end as much guidance as you want. I personally would stop and think about that guidance, because how would you know if that person giving you advice isn't doing it so they can be on the receiving end of something in return? But then I don't have a great deal of trust. Hesitant and missed opportunities, wasted talent. You can receive guidance in reverse, which means you probably need guidance, but you're not getting the guidance from the person that is being straight with you. The one who's not trying to benefit from the advice that they're giving. The crown chakra says you're not overly sensitive. In reverse, it means you definitely are overly sensitive. You're overly sensitive. You're taking things personal. You're not necessarily open to new ideas. And this Ace of Wands has a Sagittarius energy, which is normally a fun, loving energy in the zodiac. Outdoors, sports, the need for freedom. The Sagittarius energy doesn't have time for trivial matters, actually. To tell you the truth, they can be very serious. They're not going to waste their time or their energy on something that has that's trivial or along that lines. Now, this doesn't have to be somebody who is a Sagittarius. It could be somebody in your life who is a Sagittarius. This is true enough. Or somebody that has a Sagittarius placement in their natal chart. This is true enough. But Sagittarius energy is not into trivial matters. They want their freedom. They hate routine. The energy of not wanting to be stuck with routine. The energy of wanting to be free. Now, this card also has an Aries energy. And we're talking about, wow, you talking about heavy? Have you ever met a person who's an Aries? Are you compatible with that person? Even if somebody has an Aries placement in their natal chart. Oh my goodness. We are talking missed opportunities here. So let's focus on what missed opportunities you're looking at. Because according to these feelings, which is just energy, those missed opportunities do not have to be long term. With the crown energy, you need guidance. preferably from somebody who is not manipulating the situation for their own benefit. But the Aries is a fire sign. This Ace of Wands is the Aries energy, fire sign, extrovert, Mars, fighting planet energy. Do you think Mars is a bad thing? Well, it's well known as the fire energy of war, right? That does not mean it has to be a fight. In some cases, that can be a very mild energy compared or combined with the other ones. And you've got Aries and you've got Mars. If I do remember correctly, Mars was right up there with the nodes of fate just yesterday when my mother passed. These energies can have impact on your choices. These energies can have impact on fated things that happen that you have no control of. But in reverse, life is not a game. That's what this is saying. Life is not a game. Don't fly into a temper if things don't go in your direction. Because sometimes it's not all about you, is it? Or you might think that it's all about you. And maybe if you don't get your way, you're going to fly out into a temper. Life is not a game. That is what that says right there. You hate routine in reverse, which basically means that routine and being balanced and stable is a very big thing right now. You want your freedom in reverse. Well, that probably means that right now you cannot cut loose and get your freedom. Right now you need to be balanced. You need to deal with routine things. And life is not a game. With the missed opportunities, I seriously think that that is a very, very big box. I mean, routine can take your time away and take your attention away from something that you would have a personal preference for. It can take your time and your freedom away from things that you have a personal preference for. But these insecurities here, we've got financial setbacks, the energies of both of your first cards. We have letting go of people. We have letting go of possessions or personal issues or shedding the old. And we have life is not a game. We have uneasiness here. Well, something is causing this uneasiness, and something is causing the loss that I see in both of these cards. Loss and uneasiness. With the Taurus energy in reverse, and we are right in the middle of Taurus season. I'll remind you when the read is being done. Timeless energy can be seen at any time, and you can resonate with this at any time that you see it. It doesn't have to be during Taurus season, but when I'm doing this read right now, we're right in the middle of Taurus season. And that might actually be a really big message there, because the Taurus energy where you're conservative in normal situations, you're not being conservative. Where you're reluctant to deviate, you are more than willing to deviate from the course of your normal action. Working life that has elements in socializing. Now, this is a definition in the Taurus, in the upright, which I actually had to have explained to me in a kind of a way. Well, see, Taurus energy is an introvert. Introvert, extrovert, it really doesn't matter. It has to do with the elements of socializing. And this is the elements of socializing in reverse. You go out with a person and you think you're accepted by Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jane. And you see these people all the time and they act friendly enough. But you know what? Maybe you hit a brick wall. You're very insecure. You're dealing with losses. What are you Are you losing friends? Are you suddenly being open to the possibility that the socializing part of what you're doing is proving that maybe the people that you're socializing with are not really your friends? That happens quite a bit. This is socializing in reverse. This is loss and loss and loss and loss and loss and loss and loss. It does not have to be a financial loss. The energy of being insecure does not have to last forever. Life is not a game. Being able to socialize and network, well, that could be very important in being a stable and responsible adult. And you are going through a period of time right now where you're dealing with doubt, you're dealing with insecurity, you're dealing with loss, and it might have to do with socializing in reverse. Definitely has to do with the fact that life is not a game or something that you should be playing with. I don't see the element of health in any way, good or bad. I see that the Taurus in reverse is that you're no longer having an aversion to changing or making changes. Maybe some of those changes have been pointed out to you in the past, but you have blown them off. But maybe you're not adverse to considering. You're not as stubborn. You're not as stubborn. You have taken a heavy blow here with your insecurity, your optimism, and the goals that you had, and how positive you were trying to be, and how skilled you really are confident in all of that, and you have just, wow, taken a big hit. Now you're not completely adverse to making small concessions or changes in whatever level that might be. And socializing sticks out with this energy. This has to do with socializing in many ways. So maybe you were reluctant or adamant about socializing. Maybe not with like this person or that person, but maybe you were adamant about not socializing with another person or several people or a group of people, or maybe you didn't have a comfort level. Or maybe you have been socializing and you are finding out that this socializing is not getting you anywhere because these people are not being real. This can go in any way. What we have here is the energy of loss. We have insecurity, we have doubt, we have a loss of opportunity, or the possible loss of opportunity that has to do with socializing, that might have to do with a financial loss, And we're ending this with the energy of life is not a game. Okay, let's see what our rune said. The symbol of life force. Help of travelers and sailors. So I will go back over just one more time that the energy of asking in the chakra, life is not a game. You can receive guidance. You can receive guidance. You should receive guidance. Hopefully, that guidance would be from someone who is not trying to manipulate the situation to favor themselves. God honest guidance that helps. And I will end this today. I know that it's a little lengthy. You'll probably see part of this in one of my shorts, because, you know, I do break these down eventually. And I do thank you for visiting Timeless Energy. Please feel free to come back and visit me again soon.